Hello friends. Last time we discussed how to implement ISO 27001 in the organization. This time we are going more specific and discussing the role of the finance team in ISO 27001. In one by one presentation we will discuss all the roles of all the teams, what they need to do, what they are supposed to do, what are the requirements from each team to comply with ISO 27001. So this time we have chosen role of the finance team in ISO 27001. Let's look at all these requirements. Before that, I would request please subscribe to our channel Lean ISO by Mandeep Gupta to keep getting the updates. So the first role or the first requirement from finance team is, so they deal with the data, lot of data. They have client data, they have company data, and they have employee data. So finance team is the team which has every data of the company. They deal with every data of the company. So they are the most important team of the organization. Any data leak in any form definitely would be a disaster for the organization. So there are majorly three type of data which they deal with, which is actually 100% data which they deal with. One is client data. Second one is the company internal data or external data. It could be anything. It could be deals. It could be uh, the tenders they have filled. It could be anything. Third one is employee data. Employee salaries, employee PF or anything. The like deductions which are happening. So anything, any financial matters, any financial data of the organization is with the finance team. So they are the most important people and they are the most important team for any organization. So they need to make sure these three type of data, basically every data of the organization should be secured. There should not be access apart from the required people. So specifically client data, company data, employee data. So it should be only with the finance team or with the required people or the designated people by the company only who are authorized to see the data. Otherwise, it should not go to any other hands which are not authorized. Leak of any data could lead to a disaster. Now, securing client data, company data, or employee data, there are a lot of methods. There are a lot of ways to do it. There could be access matrix definition. There could be any kind of model which we can apply, security model which we can apply. We use tools. So we use physical access to the finance team of the room in which they sit. So there are a lot of methods in which we can secure the data. So they need to make sure they are securing all these three types of data. Plus, in case anything else is left, they should secure the complete data of the organization. Now, the second responsibility of the finance team is they have to comply with the local laws of the land. They have to comply with ISO 27001 standard requirements, and they have to comply with client requirements. So they have to comply with all these three requirements. Any labor laws, the salaries should be according to the laws of the land. Salaries should be paid on time. Any legal matters, anything, they should comply to all the requirements, whatever is required as per the local guidelines of the regulations, as per local government guidelines. They should follow the rules. They should comply all the laws of the land. Then there are some standard requirements, ISO 27001 requirements, policies, procedures, how to fulfill all those things. They need to prepare some documentation and they have to follow those things as well. They have to make sure those things are updated periodically. I mean, there are some documents, standard documents, which finance team have to create. For example, audit, what to do with the audit report, who will take action, what is the process to handle the audits. in the finance team. There is a separate process in ISO 27001, but for the finance team, how they will handle the audit process, who will handle the financial audits, who will handle ISO 27001 audits, who will have what kind of data, access metrics. So those guidelines, standard guidelines, they have to maintain. Now another one is comply to like client requirements. There could be a client requirement. They may say, for example, they may say only one person will be given access to the client data. So you need to choose that person. So this is one of the example. So there could be other requirements which client may have. So they need to make sure they are aware about the client requirements and they are complying to those things. Otherwise, it could be a bad scenario for the organization. Now let's move to the third point. So there are two type of audits. One is financial audit and one is ISO 27001 audits. So they have to go through all the audits and they have to make sure they are following the guidelines. There are no major flaws in the audit. There are no major incidents which are happening in the audit. There are no major NCs in the audit. They have to make sure they comply with all the requirements as per the financial audits or as per the ISO 27001 audits. It is very important, and in case there are some minor gaps or there are major gaps, they need to make sure those all the gaps, financial audit gaps or ISO 27001 audit gaps, are filled or completed within time, and make sure they are not coming again and again. So they follow all the procedures, they follow all the guidelines. It's very important for the finance team. There should not be a room for error, because finance team is the team who takes care of all the financial matters, financial transactions of the organization. If there are problems, then definitely this will be a big blow for the organization. Those problems will impact everyone. They will impact the organization, they will impact the employees, they will impact your clients. So it is very important to make sure all the things are in place. There is nothing which is not being followed, because this is the team which have to follow everything. They cannot leave anything out of it. So this is very important team. So guys, I hope this is clear to you what is expected from finance team in ISO 27001. So next time we will come up with another topic to help you to make sure that the things are clear. So till then, bye bye, stay safe, stay home, and follow our channel to keep getting the updates. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.